Alrighty, guys. Taking the podium, Orlando City head coach James O'Connor. We'll let James give an open statement, then we'll go to the floor of questions. James, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, obviously very pleased with the win. I thought the mentality that the players showed was excellent, and as I've just said, I think there was some outstanding individual performances. I think the effort of the guys to defend, and then I think you look at we've had some decent chances. We've managed to take them at the end there, but I think overall when you look at the commitment to defending, it was excellent.
Go ahead, Mike, front row.
You mentioned individual performances. Who had that assist where he kind of cut inside? How important was he today? Because we honestly never seen Juan kind of cut inside. He usually just runs down the flanks, but to kind of do something so unconventional and find that through ball to Tesho.
Well, yeah, it was a great piece of skill. I think we keep preaching about space, and when you're attacking, understanding where the space is, and I think for Juan to come inside and play a fantastic weighted ball, but then you look at the quality of the finish from Tesho. I mean, it's slotted right in the corner. Outstanding finish. It was a really good goal from our standpoint. I thought first half we played some really good football. I think second half they came into it, put the extra striker on and started to push a little bit more. And I thought then there was a couple of times where we just needed to manage the game and play our way out a little bit better than we did. But I think individually, you look at like the clearance from João, you look at Will. There's multiple players that you look at, and then Carlos. Great credit to him. I thought he had an incredible performance when you look at his energy, the amount of transitions that he was able to create for us, and then he gets his goal at the end. So it's, I'm not mentioning some of the other players, but it's not that I'm not pleased with them. I think they've obviously given an incredible performance as well. So it's a great step for us. It's an important step for us. We need to keep building.
Yeah, Julia.
You've talked about finishing chances a lot over the last 2 weeks. What do you think kind of changed tonight that allowed the team to really capitalize on some of the opportunities that they had?
Yeah, I mean, I think Tesho's was a great example. I mean, great composure and then really confident finish. He was unlucky. He had a really good chance at the start of the second half as well. But I think the movement of the guys at times was very, very good. I think Dallas transitioned very quick into an attack. So I thought we did a really good job of nullifying what they're really good at, and I thought João did a great job on Barrios when Barrios came on, because he really is electric. So I think overall we can be very pleased with the chance creation, but then also the way we defended. I think the players deserve enormous credit, because the humidity tonight, it was very, very humid, very sticky. So I thought the players did a great job of showing a strong mentality. And Sasha, when he came on, again, I mean, I feel this year we've done a great job with the guys who are coming on and impacting the game, and I think the players who have come on, they've taken that on board and really impacted the game. You look at Sasha's touch for the goal, the second goal, lovely touch, his ability to keep the ball. So I think that the biggest thing that we keep trying to reinforce to the guys is the next man up, and whether that means you get a start because you haven't started in 2 or 3 weeks, or you come off the bench, that when you get on the field, you're the next man up and you impact the game. And I think this year we've done a really good job of doing that.
Go ahead, Michael.
James, Dallas had almost 65% of the possession, but only 10 shots. Can you just, describe what you had instructed your team to do in terms of defending Dallas tonight?
The biggest thing we wanted to be mindful of is I think Dallas, they transition so quick into the wide areas, and they've got a lot of pace, and especially when Badgie come on and Barrios. So I think for us it's understanding what they're going to do, and then try to take them out of the comfort zone a little bit. So I think the biggest thing for us was managing the transition moments, and I thought the guys did a really good job of managing the transition moments. And I think then, especially first half, we had some lovely movement where we were able to play our way out. Second half, I think we sat in a little bit and tried to draw them out, and then counter them. We had a couple of opportunities, but we had better opportunities in the first half, apart from Tesho's in the second. But I think, look, overall, when you look at the way the game went and how difficult it was for Dallas to break us down, I think that was the biggest thing that we wanted to try to make sure that we made it hard for them to attack, and then equally we needed to be on point when we attacked them. So it's a pleasing performance for all the guys.
Chris, we'll go to the back.
Hey, James, this is tonight was what they call a trap game. It's a game just before a really big match. What did you guys do to make sure that was the importance of tonight's game was emphasized, so that didn't overlook Dallas to look at Atlanta?
It's a great point, because that's exactly what we were speaking about, was to make sure that the focus was on tonight. I think the danger when you have such a big game on Tuesday is that everyone looks at this game and sort of goes, oh yeah, okay, well we've got Dallas, but then we've got Atlanta, and what we wanted to make sure that the players understood was that the mentality and the focus needs to be on today. After tonight, you then focus on Tuesday, and that's an example of what I'm speaking about. The mentality, that's where the players have showed immense mentality to be able to have that determination to focus on tonight, get the job done tonight, and now rest, recover, and make sure that we're ready for a massive game on Tuesday night.
We're hit 2 in the back here.
James, Dom Dwyer seemed to have a calmness of mind tonight. It seems obvious that you've had a word with him about his duties to the team. Is that so?
Yeah, I thought I said to Dom after, I think that's the Dom Dwyer that I personally know and love. I think that I love to see Dom charging around like that, flying into tackles. The energy that he showed tonight was what that's Dom Dwyer for me. That's what we all want from Dom. Controlled, running in behind defenders. Little unlucky to get an opportunity, but he keeps playing like that, he'll get opportunities. And Dom is more than capable of scoring 20, 25 goals in this league. And I think if he continues to play like that, he'll get his chances and he'll get a lot of goals.
All right, Shane.
James, you needed 3 results to go your way tonight, and you got all 3. You got some help above you in the table. So you mentioned building on. Now seems to be the time.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is that we've spoken a lot to the players about being very process orientated. We have targets, we have what we need to do. So we've sat with the guys and we know exactly what we need to do, where we are in that phase. And I think for us it's been very process led, not worrying about what happens now, because the playoffs and the championship isn't determined now. It's in the final game of the season, so you need to make sure when that comes around that you're in a place where you want to be. So let's not worry too much about what all the other teams are doing. And I think the mentality that we've shown has been one that we focus on this game and make sure we do what we need to do to get the 3 points tonight. And that's something that we feel this year we've made great strides in. We've had the odd blip every now and again, but that's to be expected. So I think we're going in the right direction. We feel as if we're headed where we need to go to, so we just need to be process-led.
Go to Julia and Melissa, and we'll head to the locker room.
We saw a fair amount of runs today coming from really deep in the back line. There was that one play where Zhao sent the ball up to Nani and was able to really build up all the way into the attack. How did you feel about your team's movement from one side of the field to the other today?
I thought there was some good examples. I thought the understanding of space, I thought tonight was good. And I think that's the biggest thing. I think for me it's you can start out in a 4-3-3, but then most teams 2 centre backs split, and then the holding midfielder drops in between, and then you're playing with 3. And this is where I think people get caught up in: is it a 3 at the back? Is it a 4 at the back? Because at the end of the day, it's space, and it's trying to create space, and then when you have space, attack it, and then when you're defending, you need to deny it. And I think the understanding of that is starting to come through with the guys. I thought there was a couple of really good passages where they've got right the way through and got up. And I think equally, you look at again individually, the understanding of on transition, how to manage their attack and manage what they're trying to do was excellent. So we can be very pleased, but all our focus now goes to Tuesday, and it's a massive game now Tuesday. So we need as many people as we can to get in and get this place rocking for Tuesday night.
Wrap it up with Melissa. Pardon me.
Coach, just out of curiosity, obviously you had the opportunity to coach the MLS All-Star team. Were there any key lessons that you took from that game into this one in terms of strategy for your guys here?
I think the game the other night, it was a privilege to obviously get the opportunity to work with so many world-class players. I think when you're looking at Atletico Madrid, obviously as a coach, you're always watching different teams and you have an understanding of what they're like. But you look at the quality of the players on show the other night. I thought it was an outstanding game. There was some movements in the game that you really look at and you go, wow, that's very, very good. So I think on an individual basis as a coach, I think there was loads of things that I was able to take away from that experience. I think the humility of the players was probably the biggest thing. I cannot speak highly enough of every one of those players that was involved in the All-Stars. They were so humble. They had a determination to do their very best. And it's difficult because you have guys that are flying in from all over the country. You know, some are playing 30 minutes, some are playing 45. There's almost a roll check that you do. Okay, here's going to be the first 30, first half, and go through it. But I thought they showed a tremendous attitude, and it was a night for the football club. I think we made a massive impact on, I would say, the whole nation. We showed really what Orlando's all about. So it was a night that the whole city, the supporters and the football club can be very, very proud of.
Thank you, James. Appreciate you guys.
Thank
Lock
you.
is now open.